What's up, heathens? How y'all doing? Today we're talking about DelanoTV again. If you're new here from the Professor Stick channel, I really appreciate you coming by. If you guys haven't seen the Professor Stick video, please go over to his channel right now and check it out. But today we're going to be talking about this bullshit.
Remember, shooting stars and meteorites and shit, them ain't nothing but fallen angels.
And also this.
Fuck a scientist, fuck him. He can suck my balls. You globe believers can suck my balls.
So yes, we're going to be talking about Nephilim and how meteors don't exist. So please, stay tuned.
You had like big giant motherfuckers. Speaking of giants, let me tell you what the fuck they were. They're called Nephilim. Nephilim are fallen angels that came to the earth to fuck people. Fallen angels came from heaven, fucked bitches, and created these big ass motherfuckers called Nephilim. Giants actually walked the fucking earth.
No, there is no scientific evidence to support this idea that giants walk the earth. The Nephilim only exist in the Bible. Do you think like a race of giant angels would actually be genetically compatible with humans here on earth? Interesting question. Let me know in the comments below.
These so-called mountains that you see here are nothing but cut down trees.
All right, if you haven't seen the video on Stick's channel, you wouldn't know what he's talking about here, but basically this guy says that plateaus and mesas are actually just giant fucking trees that were cut down a long time ago, and just merely looking at them is proof that they are that.
If nobody mentioned it, you don't really think about it. You just think, oh yeah, that's a regular fucking mountain. Now that you see that I'm telling you, these are big ass trees that were cut down. People do shit to hide their God real. These is big ass fucking trees, and I know you see it. So you know what? Look at that shit. 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 Look at that shit, man. You got the roots at the end, the stump right there. You got the rings in there just like a goddamn, it's a fucking tree, a big ass tree.
There is literally no evidence to support this idea, and if they were that big, they would reach about 15 miles past the ISS. I get that you think that just because something looks a certain way, Delano, that means that it is that thing. I mean, if you go and see a helicopter and you see a face on its ass end, that doesn't mean that the helicopter actually has a face on its ass. This is called Pareidolia. Pareidolia is the phenomenon that he's talking about here. That's when you notice patterns in places where there's not meant to be patterns, but because our brains work in a certain way, we notice these patterns and assign them to things that we recognize. Like, for instance, when we look at these mesas and whatnot, we see trees and shit. When you look at the ass end of a Chinook helicopter, you see a face. Just because it looks that way doesn't mean that it's actually that.
Come on, bro. You telling me this shit don't look like no fucking tree, bro? This is a fucking tree. Cut the fuck down. Mounting my ass. Remember when the Lord said he gonna come back? He said it's gonna be like in the days of Noah. Them big ass motherfuckers that used to walk the earth, they coming ass right the fuck back.
I don't know how he would know this for sure unless he's just sucking the ball sack of the Bible in order to get knowledge. God has to exist first in order for his ass to walk down here. Also, how do you think God would react to you saying he has a big head? Or maybe you were talking about the Nephilim here. They would have to exist in the first place too, but also maybe you should work on clarifying your, who you're talking about or what you're talking about or just your speech in general.
Remember, shooting stars and meteorites and shit, them ain't nothing but fallen angels.
The fuck are you talking about? You realize that we can actually pick up meteorites and shit? We know what comets are, motherfucker.
Getting kicked out of heaven daily. You don't do what guys say, alright bitch, fuck you, kick you in the ass. You fly the fuck to the earth.
Can you imagine an angel getting lippy up there in heaven and God just sort of field goes his ass to the earth? Then the angel would either skip off of the earth's atmosphere or just land right straight into the motherfucker. How big was the angel that destroyed all the dinosaurs? Must have been an Andre the Giant looking motherfucker. You also have to wonder how many of these comets and meteorites that we see are actually just asshole Christians that God field goes out of heaven. I mean, can you imagine you're standing there like, oh yeah, look at there, that's that Steven Anderson comet. Yeah, that's what you get for talking about killing gay people. Guess God got tired of his shit.
They fly to the damn earth. Damn, they were a bitch. Let me fuck her. Even though I'm about a 400 feet fucking tall, let me fuck this bitch. I don't know, man. No homo. That mean that nigga dick must be like the size of a fucking school bus.
Awkward. Why you thinking about Nephilim dick, man? I mean, you already talk about sucking balls a lot. Now you're daydreaming about Nephilim having a dick the size of a school bus? I have to question your sexuality in all these quote-unquote bitches that you fuck all the time.
They fuck the bitch, have some big-ass fucking angel human babies, call the motherfuckers Nephilim.
So like what, Hercules and shit? Are you making a case for Greco-Roman gods here? If their dick was the size of a school bus, then how did they copulate with human females? I mean, there are holes in your hypothesis here. They're so big, you could probably fuck it with one of them school bus sized dicks. You
gotta think about it. You know the green nigga on the green bean can? You gotta think about where they get this shit from. They gotta have the idea to make this shit. The beanstalk nigga, Paul Bunyan, big ass motherfucker, the giants in the Disney movies, they get that shit from this shit, man. This shit ain't no fucking joke. You think they just come up with this shit? No. They gotta have the idea from somewhere. Like I show you the flat earth, they show subliminal messages all the fucking time that the earth fucking flat.
So this is his subliminal messaging spiel. You see, these are not subliminal messages because oftentimes you don't know that you've seen the message until you're actually told that you have. These messages target your unconscious mind and attempt to influence what you think. The stories of giants are just products of the past. I mean, Greco-Roman gods were supposedly huge and all this other stuff. This has just been a prime component of like ancient literature in general. So that's where they get it from, not because giants actually existed. It also makes it highly implausible that giants would exist, considering the fact that there's a lot of health problems that come with being so large. For one thing, our human bodies are just not able to handle that size. I mean, with that size comes problems with your bones, problems with circulation, problems with your lungs, problems with your kidneys. I mean, all of these things would suffer early failure rates. So it doesn't make sense that they were that huge when human bodies just simply can't sustain that size. This would lead us to the conclusion that giant-ass humans just couldn't exist in the past.
Wake the fuck up. Do your own fucking research.
Have you tried doing this, like, at all?
Remember, they get the idea from somewhere. Remember the movie Avatar. Remember, you got these tall, blue motherfuckers. I believe back then, people were a little bit taller than we are today.
There is no evidence to support this idea, and referencing a science fiction movie that happens on a completely separate fucking planet is not evidence.
Because remember after the flood, shit kind of changed. Remember the big blue motherfuckers, right? They live in paradise, and they got bioluminescent plants and shit in the movie Avatar. You touch the plant, the bitch glowing shit. In the water, they got water like that today. You don't believe it? Look at this. Got a Ferrari going on some. This shit fucking real. They get the idea from real shit that make movies about it. The tree of life.
This does not make Avatar real. This only establishes that James Cameron used like things that happen in nature to add to the aesthetic of his movie.
In the Bible. Now, look in the movie Avatar, they got this big ass tree. That just connect the energy with shit. They get, come on, man.
What the fuck does Avatar and the Bible have in common? Fucking nothing. The tree in Avatar is the tree of life? No, it's not. The best that you could say is that the Na'vi religion or belief system more or less represents what the pagans would believe here on Earth, being that Gaia or Mother Earth is connected to everything. The tree of life wasn't connected to shit in the Bible. So your analogy here doesn't make sense whatsoever.
And what happened? They chopped the motherfucker down. Some of these trees got like fucking diamonds and fucking minerals and shit all in the fucking tree.
No, trees do not contain diamonds. Yes, petrified trees are made of minerals, but it's only because of the process they go through in which the minerals replace the organic cells in the tree.
Pay attention, they throw subliminal messages all the fucking time. They cut that big ass tree down, it was connected. You know, they need to put their hair on it and shit. All fucking connected to a tree of life.
We are all not connected to the tree of life in the Bible. Yes, the ecosystem on that particular planet is, but it's also a sci-fi movie. It's also not subliminal messaging. God damn, I can't believe I have to point this shit out to somebody.
It's the same way with an Avatar, they fuck with their hair. Shit, like, damn, bitch, you fine. Yeah, I fuck you too. They connect their hair and shit, they fucking. The same thing with when people fuck. If they say, when you fucking a bitch, y'all mixing fucking energy and shit like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about here whatsoever.
So that's why, I mean, if you fucking somebody, they been fucking somebody else, cause it just feel funny. Like, man, hold on, somebody else been in this pussy, and the bitch be like, hold on, another bitch been riding this dick. You know what I'm saying? It's energy. You can feel that shit. So you ever felt that shit? Yeah, you right. Yeah, somebody been fucking somebody. Fuck, that ain't the point. But anyway,
I would have to say that if you're at the point in your relationship where you're fucking the other person and you can't help but to think who else they've been fucking, maybe there's something wrong with your relationship in general. I mean, either your person has been fucking other people and you just suspect it, or you just have some kind of insecurity about the other person. But, I mean, the way that you describe it as working doesn't actually work that way. Just because you doubt the faithfulness of your partner doesn't mean that your partner has actually been unfaithful. I mean, normally this is just basic shit, but I mean, this guy's so dense I have to point it out.
Y'all do your own research on this shit. Read your Bible. It's the realest book you can never fucking read. Shit, use your common sense. Take your ass outside. Fuck a scientist. Fuck global believers. Suck my balls. Bye.
Yes, Delano, please do better research. We would all appreciate it. Throw out your Bible and open up a science textbook. I know that's like telling a cow that he needs to learn physics, but I mean, I gotta try something, right? And finally, nobody will suck your balls. Okay, I don't even know why that's your go-to thing. And finally, no, the earth is not flat. Thank you, heathens, for tuning in for this video. Like I said, if you haven't seen Professor Stick's video, please head on over there now through the links in the description. And be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know if you came here from Professor Stick channel or if you're going to Professor Stick's channel. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you like this kind of content. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice, and I will see you heathens later.